Okay, guys, I think we are on air right now. Allow me quickly go to confirm if the sound is working correctly. If you can hear me, hopefully you can. Just a second. Okay, it is. Everything is working fine. So I can start. So my name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin. Here you can see the mint address. I don't know why I became so dark all of a sudden. Anyway, on these live streams, of course, I will be talking about what has happened in the crypto market, what I think about it. And in between the lines, I explain what is high tech and why maybe, just maybe, you should be interested. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, naturally, write them here in the live chat. I will see it here. I'm live streaming through Rumble Studio. So this live stream goes to multiple live streaming platforms. You can watch it on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, or on X. So quite few. So yeah, let's talk about what we've been dealing with on my Polish YouTube channel. And I was telling to people that today can be quite red. Why? Because when you go over when you go over to text screen here, you will see, of course, my my meme coin, right? High tech, as you see, at $130, which is, I mean, considering that we started at $1 at the end of March, it's quite a nice result. But of course, that's not the cause why we are falling now. the cause is on SPYX. Yesterday, I was showing that it was having a red day, a red daily candle. Let it load up. Go over to, yeah, as you see this one, this candle here, a red daily candle on SPYX. Of course, SPY, the original SPY, this is a tokenized version of SPY. Original SPY does not trade on weekends. That's the TradFi Trust Fund. But the tokenized version of it gave us a little bit of insight what we should expect, like what kind of a mood we should expect for Monday. And yeah, it literally it fulfilled that, let's say, that prediction came to realization. And as a matter of a fact, since morning, the crypto market is having a little bit of a bad time. Not the worst, to be honest, but not the best. That's for sure. As you see right now, SPYX is recovering, meaning that we are not going to open as bad as we could. That also should affect the crypto market positively. I mean, we should see some kind of a recovery once the TradFi opens. But what I do not like, to be honest, about what it created on broader charts. I mean, this retracement here on other chart, as you see, was quite deep. It was much deeper than I expected it to be. And unfortunately, it gave us a lower low against prior 2 weeks, so 2 weekly candles. So that slightly interrupts, the market structure in this tiny scope here, let's say. Not even that big. Actually, this big in this scope here. So that could be a harbinger of going sideways for, who knows, maybe the whole week. We'll see. It's not necessary, but always when we pierce a new lower low against the prior week, it increases the probability of either creation of a downtrend or a sideways price action. A downtrend, I don't think we are, let's say, threatened by it. Why? Because interest rates came down, and they will be coming down even more. But the market structure has been a little bit disrupted, so that will probably have a little bit more lasting effect than just one day. I mean, the wind is just definitely blowing north and it's blowing hard, but yeah, but we already created that lower low, so there is some, let's say, forces that will try to keep it a little bit unclear for the majority of market participants, and in order to keep pulling it off, it will have to last few days, not only today, right? That does not mean, of course, we will not see any particular coins with nice rallies. I mean, some of them will be railing. That's pretty much always the case. Uh, I even expect to see some really nice green bubbles sometimes this week. But highly likely, like given this scenario, this one is drawing for us for the rest of the week. It's not going to stay one-sided here. It highly likely will be quite divided. It will stay quite divided, quite 50-50. Maybe towards the end of the week, it will turn out a bit more positive. I was counting on this week to be positive from day one, from Monday, but yesterday I realized that it's probably not. Probably not going to be the case due to what the traditional market is trying to do. I mean, what's the motivation here? Well, probably just liquidating derivatives market, because the situation is quite obvious what's about to happen. But the problem is this is a zero-sum game, so market must make sure only 1% remain as the winners. So that is why it has to introduce some sort of a confusion before we get a clear, smooth move up, right? So that's the process. Always remember about the rule. I can even call it the rule of 1%, 1% rule, and that is a strong requirement for the market to proceed, and that's why we have all of that prolongation, of the process, because if too big chunk of the market is doing the right thing, they must be thrown off the right track, one way or another. And one of those ways that apparently have been working very efficiently is to introduce additional price action noise, additional corrections, just so they lose track of the greater picture, and it's much easier to lose sight of what is really going on and get sidetracked, right, or sidelined. Meanwhile, when we zoom out, we are actually on the same way. I mean, right now, this type of price action is fairly difficult to trade, especially when you trade it with a momentum, like my systems do. But I know for a fact that these conditions are not going to last forever. Why? Because they also have certain costs attached. So at some point it will have to smooth out, and that some point probably will happen within a few weeks from today. Like probably not any longer than 4 weeks, counting from today. So yeah, but this week it just be ready for it. Not to be overly exciting for most of your coins. If you are lucky, some of them will already start. The big thing that is around the corner, because that one I'm 100% certain that there is there's big things coming up. So yeah, don't get shaken out. Of course, make sure you stay with dry powder, in the pocket, just to buy the dip whenever the opportunity comes. And I think until November you will do very well. Now, even though at times it may not look like it, but that just distort, what's going on in the greater side. Yeah, let's take a look how Bitcoin reacted to what has happened today. Because altcoins, as we see, reacted quite aggressively. Yeah, Bitcoin too. I was warning that we can still revisit that $108,000 level. That it looked like we are on the way to completely, wave it goodbye. But I was pointing yesterday on my Polish live stream. I was pointing out, do not be overly surprised if we do in fact revisit it. Why? Because I mean that's well within the let's say regular trading range of this class of assets. Uh, that's why I avoid using trading on leverage. Just best you can do is to forget about existence of leveraged markets, futures markets, because they give you way too much sensitivity to just a random price action noise, and just grab your money and run away with it. On spot market, that's practically never happen. So that's the best advice I can give you, right? Here, of course, you have my X profile, 548 followers so far. Don't forget to give me a follow if you stumble upon this live stream somewhere on x.com. Here is this live stream that we are running right now. So nothing surprising, to be honest. Of course, it will be much nicer if you were to go, higher from here without, having this bus stop, this revisitation of lower levels. But that's where the money lays, right? Because if we go to liquidation heat map, for example, on coinglass.com, especially weekly time frame, we will see that we just came down for most of the liquidity that was in the vicinity of the price. Now, as you see, it's already grabbed, so most of it lays above the price. So probably we will not see much more escalation of this drop. Probably will start to slowly, floating towards the upside. And in the process, expect that those pockets of liquidity, they will be shifting, from higher to lower, and I will be just having a very choppy price action for at least couple of days. This week, I know that there is quite few decisions in the United States about to be taken due to many reports coming out, political, regulatory decisions. I keep repeating that events do not create trends, do not extinguish trends. Events just introduce price action noise, because what in fact creates trends or ends trends is under saturation and over saturation of the market. Only those two states, nothing else. But events, they introduce price action noise, right? So this week we will have, I think, 3 events. I think 2 releases of reports. So that will be, for 1 week, plenty of opportunity to to shake things up. So, like I said, probably we are going to just stay choppy for the rest of the week. Not the best thing to experience, but the good part is that we are we have a scenario for a perfect storm right now. All of the conditions are satisfied, together with seasonality, because we are entering fourth quarter of the year, which usually is the most bullish part of the year. So that's why I cannot see any other outcome rather than a strong rally sometime very soon. Which does not mean tomorrow, of course. Within a few weeks, I think we should see it. Okay, let's take a look how liquidations are doing for last 24 hours. Ethereum, $502 million. Bitcoin, $287 million. So it went up a crazy high. Ethereum, half a billion dollar. That's something. I don't think I ever have seen $500 million on Ethereum, to be honest. Let me check how deep that correction was. Because that's deep. That's deep, to be honest. It's crazy deep. I wonder if I got my Ethereum position closed. Probably yes. But all right, it was in profit, plus 2% in profit before this big move down. On Bitcoin, I think I remain open, although okay. It has been closed. Okay, it was at 2.67%. I should have announced it on my social media groups, but apparently I couldn't. But probably hourly is still open, or is it closed? Yeah, hourly is still open. This one is at minus 3.33, which is for our hourly candle. That's not a big retracement. This one has quite a lot of transaction noise tolerance. So yeah, not a big deal, to be honest. I know to some of you it could seem like, the world is ending. Absolutely not. This is actually a fairly low dip. I mean, small dip, fairly small dip. Atlas season index, as you see, has come down by a lot, 62, but that's a read from yesterday. Fear and greed index, 47, very low. Yeah, here ETF's net flow, we are not going to get it until tomorrow, because on Sunday, of course, there was no any movement going on in that area. But Thursday and Friday were quite positive, as you see. So probably, given that S&P SPY pre-market price is already recovering, so who knows? Maybe we will see some inflows from today. Yeah, it's still lower than Friday close, but much higher than the lowest level we've seen on Friday. Still we are making high low here. And this one, of course, reflects S&P 500, so that's why it's not without significance. Not that bad. So maybe we'll open around here and we'll keep climbing up. We'll keep trying to recover, those all-time highs. We'll see. Nonetheless, I expect most of this week. I expect just a chop, choppy price action. Yeah. Anything else I wanted to mention? No, I don't think so. I think I have discussed everything. So you guys, give it a like, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. follow if you watch it on my X profile naturally, and consider allocating something into my meme coin. You will find the mint address to it in my X profile, on my X profile in the bio. This is a very early stage of this market. We have just 58 holders, as you see, so that's nothing. We have, as you see, gotten to 130 dollars down from $1. So amazing result, 130x. And I was saying since day one, get yourself a $1 or $2 of it. It will still become money. Even investment that small will still become accountable money. And I say exactly the same right now. Get yourself $1 worth, $2 worth, maybe $3 worth of high tech. It will still become money. This is still very low level price level. So here is your opportunity. Take it or ignore it. You already once ignored it. Don't commit the same mistake twice. Okay, let's take a look what we have on X. What people are talking about. Let's get a little bit updated. That was 1 hour ago. Just in, Circle just minted 500 million USDC. Pump incoming. USDC, they get. I mean, Circle gets more and more interested. Stablecoins overall get more and more interested in real adoption, not only speculation use case, but also a real adoption by merchants, around the world. So it's not as tight anymore. Issuance of new USDC tokens or USDT tokens are not as tied anymore to what's about to happen in the crypto market, mainly because of that factor. Telegraph ETF flows around 7,661 Bitcoin and 120,000 Ethereum were bought this week. Okay, but this week, I mean last week, probably last week. This week would be today, just today. That's probably not true. Bullish. Open Bank by Santander now offers Ethereum services. Okay. Santander is a Spanish bank. I lived in Spain for 10 years, so I know it's one of the main banks there. Not really good though. They didn't offer. They have good offers. So apparently they have some sub branch of it called Open Bank. I never even heard about it. Must be something new. Bitcoin Junkies. Just in $1.85 billion liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours. A huge liquidation cascades, especially on Ethereum, as you see. That's why I keep telling you, do not trade on futures market because you will be financing the big guys. And can you afford that? Probably not. Watch your guru. Just in Metaplanet buys another 5,419 Bitcoin worth $633 million. They now hold 25,555 Bitcoin worth $2.8 billion. That was 3 hours ago. Nice. Yeah, another news about Metaplanet. I keep saying it almost on every single live stream. I think Bitcoin reserve narrative has still a lot of room to grow, and that's why I expect this cycle to last until the end of 2026. So this cycle in its entirety is going to be 1 year longer than what we used to see so far. That's why for now on altcoins is so painful. It's so painfully slow in terms of development of the alt season. But I think once pieces fall into the right place, I think we are about to see the strongest altcoin season we've seen so far, and Bitcoin Reserve, the narrative of Bitcoin Reserve, will be helping that greatly. Documenting sale. Okay, this one's boring. Another news about USDC Mint. That one is not very useful. That post is not very useful anymore. 28,495 Ethereum just sent from an unknown wallet to OKEx. That was 49 minutes ago. I mean, that type of transactions are usually made by market makers to spoof the market or to move the price, because what they do is they open shorts on derivatives and they dump Ethereum on the spot market, and they grab all that liquidity that was I mean, of the people that were trying to long Ethereum from those price levels, right? So yeah, well, I'll repeat it once again. Don't trade on futures market, because you will be financing the big guys. Because they have the ultimate argument of power. They're not you. You are trying to guess what's about to happen, and the room of error that's given to you is very narrow, very very narrow. It's literally putting yourself in a casino-like situation. Justin, US policy activist says massive news that will advance the US strategy. Bitcoin reserve is coming Tuesday. Buckle up. Okay. Yeah, I think it will be going that way. I think we'll hear better and better news regarding the narrative of strategic Bitcoin reserve. So yeah, so today is not really surprising to me. I think it should not be surprising to anybody. Um, Sorry, I didn't live stream yesterday in English. I did it in Polish. In Polish, I live stream every single day. I try not to skip a single day. When it comes to my English media, well, I have like 10% of the following here, so that's why it's not my priority yet. But let me tell you that once I reach at least comparable reach comparable following, then I will definitely completely change my stance. So that is why give me a follow, give me a subscribe. If you like what I'm talking about here, if you, I don't know, like this format I'm exercising here, and you will definitely push me closer closer to that. So yeah, guys, that will be it for today. Thank you for your attention. Share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Allocate something small into my meme coin here, because since this is the only project I promote on all of my social media, it's indirectly a gateway to invest in my social media. So I don't know, in my X profile, in my YouTube channel, in my Rumble channel, in my Kick channel, and in that regard, it's a very unique approach to releasing a meme coin. So I think I'm a pioneer here. So again, thank you for the time, guys. I see you sometime soon. Cheers.